Guys, we're gonna talk about building a home here in Costa Rica and what it is you need to know before you take this venture on. So a lot of people ask, Mark, how long does it typically take to build a house in Costa Rica? That depends on the building structure and style that you're using. So it can be anywhere from 3 to 4 months if you're doing lightweight construction, steel framing, pad on grade. If you do it the proper way, which is block construction with proper footings, it can take anywhere from 8 to over 12 months to build your house in Costa Rica. Cost to build a home in Costa Rica will differ. Depending on the finishes and what it is you're using, the complexity of the home, you can be anywhere from $79, $80 US per square foot and upwards of over $250 to $300 per square foot to build a house in Costa Rica. Do your due diligence. When you're building a home in Costa Rica, the architect that you're using, make sure that they have a history, make sure that they're licensed, see who their engineers are. Also, another good tip is when you use the proper architect, they will recommend to you which builders are reputable in the area, which have the most sustainability in the area, and the quality of work that they're used to and the finishes that they provide. Another thing you want to make sure of is what type of warranty do you have in Costa Rica when it comes to building your home in Costa Rica. Now, cost of building a home compared to North America, it depends. If you build a house here in Costa Rica, it all depends on the material that you're using. If you're using the local material compared to foreign materials, the cost is going to be significantly a lot lower. You can build a house from anywhere from $150,000 US compared to that same house in North America that would probably end up costing you $350,000 to $450,000 US. So depending on the materials that you use, you can significantly reduce the cost of building your home in Costa Rica compared to what you can do in North America. So what are the challenges when it comes to building a home? When building a home in Costa Rica, what you have to look out for is to see the process when it start from finish, the plantel that you're buying. Does it have legal water? Does it have electrical? Do you have permits in place? Do you have a right of way to your land? So what that means, does the land have an easement or is it on public road to allow you access to your land and that nobody else can control the access you have to your parcel of land? Because in Costa Rica, if you're on a private parcel of land and somebody has a dispute with you and they actually own the entire parcel that you bought into, they can legally not allow you to enter your own property. Okay guys, a lot of people ask me, what about property taxes in Costa Rica? Now we talked about this earlier in one of my other videos. The property taxes in Costa Rica is 0.25% of the total value of what your land and your house is built. So you can be anywhere from $600 a year upwards to $2,500 for high-end luxury houses here in Costa Rica. Comparison to the US, that $600 a year would roughly run you about $3,000 to $4,000 a year, and the higher end home is going to cost you upwards of $8,000 to $10,000 a year. The taxes are a lot lower. A lot of people ask, what do we look for when we're trying to hire a builder in Costa Rica? What we look for is how long has the builder been in business? Make sure you take a look at all the references. What's their warranty period? Talk to many of their clients and research and do due diligence to make sure you're finding the proper lawyer. Now, when doing so, make sure you have the right representative of the law firm to help you draft up your sales and purchase agreement between you and the contractor to make sure that you're covered every step of the way so you're not caught with your pants down. Building permits in Costa Rica, they pretty much work like the US. Once you have your engineer drawings, your virtual drawings, and they're all stamped, your electrical plans, your plumbing plans, they all get submitted to the municipality. Building permits can take anywhere from a week up to around 3 months to receive all your proper building permits. You want to make sure that your land has ESADA, which is our legal water system, or Cape Brada, which is feeding off a natural waterfall or spring. You want to make sure you have electrical in place. Without these two, you will not be able to receive a permit for building your house in Costa Rica. Now, a lot of people ask, well, Mark, Costa Rica is full of trees and wildlife. Do you have zoning areas that protect the wildlife? Yes, we do. I actually have a parcel myself that in order to cut 3 or 4 trees down, the process was around a 6-month process because I had to go through the proper zoning and planning in order to get the permits to cut the trees and make sure the trees I was cutting down were not indigenous trees to Costa Rica that were very rare. So yes, they do protect the wildlife, and yes, they do protect the indigenous trees in Costa Rica. So you want to make sure when planning this that you're going through all the proper steps. Proper representation, and us at Costa Rica Playbook can help you with this, is to make sure you're doing the proper steps, everything from start to finish. All right, guys, and a lot of people ask me, Mark, should we build or should we buy? What it comes down to, do you have the right resources? Do you have the time? Can you find a rental for the period of time while you're waiting for your house to be built? I always tell people it's all on deciding factors. For myself, I'm at the stage now after being here for close to 5 years that we're just starting the building process for one of our own homes. A lot of the times, 90% of the times, I tell people when it comes to buying your first home, buy it complete or buy it near to the finish of the construction. So this way you can get situated and affiliated with Costa Rica itself and the culture. Then for your next venture, if you decide you want to build and you're comfortable, then let's take the next step, let's take that adventure, and let's help you build a house here in Costa Rica. Pure Vida, guys.